Arthur had a warm smile and gentle air for all his height and strength. Ellen sensed sympathy in his sharp blue eyes.
"What's up, love? You look as pale as a ghost."
"It's Mum. The house, I can't get in. The locks are jammed. I don't know what to do."
"Do you want me to come and have a look? See what brute strength can do?"
"Yes, please." Ellen followed Arthur next door and watched him as he examined the locks. She felt as if she were forcing herself to breathe. The look of concern on Arthur's face deepened. He leant his shoulder against the door and pushed. Nothing.
"Look, love, I don't want to frighten you, but I think we should call the police."
Ellen could feel her shallow breath and her heart thumping. She couldn't get her words out. "Would you like me to do it, love?" said Arthur gently. "I'll go to the phone box now." Arthur ran the few steps up the path, hopped lightly over the gate, and jogged to the end of the street until he reached the red telephone box. Mrs. Boyle, who was hovering in the background looking concerned, said, "Come inside for a bit, love, while we wait. I'm sure it's nothing." But Ellen couldn't move. She stood looking at the steps, fixing the dark green door in her mind, trying to breathe. Afterwards, she wasn't sure how long she had waited until the police car arrived. She was dimly aware of Arthur standing next to her and exchanging worried glances with his mother. It felt as if there were no such thing as time. A single bird call broke the silence of the early evening. Then a police siren, distant at first, grew louder and louder. Ellen found herself wishing that the sound had nothing to do with her, that it wasn't that of a police car destined for her house. At the same time, she felt certain that it was. It was only seconds later that a flashing light appeared in the street, and the car squealed to a halt. A policeman and policewoman jumped out, slammed the doors, and ran down the path to Ellen's house. Ellen couldn't have described them afterwards, but she remembered the policeman's voice, low and urgent. He was talking to Arthur.
"You've knocked again a ticket, aye? OK, let's go in. Step back, everyone, please."
And the policeman lifted a long battering ram that had been hanging by a strap over his shoulder and rushed at the door. It seemed to give way easily, and Ellen thought fleetingly about the care her mother always took to double-lock the door at night, and how safe she had felt when this was done. No one could reach her then. How mistaken she had been. How fragile it had all been after all. The policeman pushed through the door. Immediately he stepped out again, just as Ellen moved forward to follow him. There was no time in those moments. Ellen saw the look of horror as the policeman's face seemed to collapse, heard him shout, "Get out!" and entered a world that had changed forever.